Hey Rob, it's Friday, April 8th, and it is just under a month before I get married. This video is going to be in a couple different parts today. Part number 1. Have you ever felt like you went into the wrong profession? Well, I imagine you don't really feel like that quite yet, considering that you're working at a part-time job while you're going to college. But regardless, have you ever had that feeling? Rob, I'd like to introduce you to an author that I just met yesterday. His name is Kenn Nesbitt. Here's a clip of him reading to the second graders at the school where I work.
Equipping your underground lair. Every evil genius needs a quiet place to get away, to plot the overthrow of humanity. And it doesn't get much quieter than underground. Call it your lab, your fortress, your bunker, your stronghold, your hideout, your sanctum, your lair. Call it whatever you want. Except Tiffany. Or Brittany. That would just be wrong in ways I can't even begin to describe. But no matter what you call it, it's going to need a bunch of stuff if it's going to make a suitable base for planning your world conquest. Stuff like frozen pizzas.
No.
And cocoa with those little marshmallows.
No.
And an extra cushy chair.
No.
And, oh yes, screaming robot ninja monkeys with flamethrowers and bazookas. Every good lair needs plenty of those.
This is from his new book that I guess is coming out later this year, and it's called The Ultimate Top Secret Guide to Taking Over the World. The reason that I bring up going into the wrong profession is Kenn Nesbitt was actually an IT guy. He worked for Microsoft. Now he goes around reading poetry and weird, funny stories to children. Now, I don't think I can do what Kenn Nesbitt does, but you need to think of the change that must have gone on in his life. He worked at Microsoft, and while he was working at Microsoft, he ended up going, I'm going to start writing a poem because I think it's going to be a funny thing to do. After that, he worked for himself as an internet software designer. After a while of writing his own poetry, he had a bunch of poems, and he ended up sending them into a publisher. And the publisher went, yeah, how about we put these in a book? And he went, you're going to put my poems in a book? And they went, yeah. And he went, and you're going to give me money? And they went, yeah. And he went, okay, that seems like a pretty decent gig to me. I don't know about you. Part number 2. Rob, my ankle is feeling way better today than it did yesterday. I'm pretty sure that there's no permanent damage done. When I woke up today, I thought the swelling had gone down. The swelling has not gone down. What has actually happened is the place that it started swelling at is about the same size as it was. The swelling is just sort of dispersed throughout the rest of the ankle so that now it looks like it kind of blends in a little bit better. For those of you watching this video who don't know, Rob and I were playing football yesterday, and he threw me a football, and I jumped for it for no reason. I could have caught it without jumping for it. I don't know what I was doing. Regardless, I ended up landing on the side of my foot, didn't even touch the bottom of my foot, and sprained my ankle really pretty badly. I'll show you what my ankles look like right. Which ankle do you think is sprained? The right ankle? Or the left ankle? They both look not too good. Part number 3. Alright, so I have a punishment coming. I know, I stink at eating peeps. I blame drinking the water. I think I probably could do better than I did this time if I had another shot at it, but I don't think I'm ever going to do that again. Bring on the penalty, Rob, but the thing that you need to remember is your video was up 2 hours late on Wednesday. I know it wasn't your fault. However, I don't really care. The thing is, I'm going to take whatever punishment you give me, and I'm going to try and make the one that I give you relatively equal. So if you have me doing something completely ridiculous, I'm going to have you do something completely ridiculous. I think it's only fair. Alright Rob, hope your Friday is going great. That's about it for me. I'll see your video on Monday.